Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aries in mid-October 2020. What is going on, Aries? How are you guys doing? I hope that you're doing well. All right, my friends, welcome to mid-October. Wherever you are in the world right now, Aries, I hope you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, as 2020 is out in the streets doing what it's doing, out in the world, acting up, and nobody can get a control over. Nobody can get a handle on 2020, okay? So in the middle of all whatever you and those closest to you are dealing with, please, again, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves and other people, and let's just, ride this one out. Hopefully 2021 it has something better for us, okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Aries, if you want anything from me, it is in the description box. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. If you are looking for information on how to get a personal reading with me, it is down in the description box as well. If you have any questions before you place an order for a personal with me, email me at the address that you see listed down there, and I will answer you as soon as I can. If you have any interest in sending a donation to me, you don't have to, of course, hence the word donation. But if you did want to do that, you can use the Cash App link or the PayPal link that is down there. And if you do send over any donations, please just make a notation of it in like the little message boxes somewhere. That just lets me know, gives me a heads up that this money is being sent purely for donation, okay? And if you're interested in following me on Instagram, my name is EmpathicFire Tarot over there. If you want to find me quickest, there's a link for it down in the description box, okay? All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Messages, energies, insights for Aries at this time, mid-August. Excuse me. I always want to say August when I come to October. Mid-October for Aries. Messages, energies, insights for Aries. Mid-October 2020. It's a 2. They want a 2, I think. Let's see. Oh, that almost went everywhere. This is the last one. Thank you. Me and my guys have been so in sync for like the past couple of weeks. It's been great. All right, let's see. Aries. All right. Yes, no. Yes, thank you. Aries, mid-October 2020. Emperor. One more, please. And the moon. Moon's been coming out a lot, as well as the Emperor. So let's see. First card was 7 of Cups. Or in this case, 7 of Water. Well, let's find out what's going on, shall we? 7 of Water, aka 7 of Cups. Emperor. And the moon. This has been thematic for several signs, and I feel you're just about the same but slightly different. So Aries, you could be feeling this or someone else could be feeling this. Take your pick, your side, but I will address it as if it is you. If it's flipped, if there's a cross watcher and you're like, that's me, perfect. But I feel there's like a strong, sturdy person. Emperor. Yeah. Emperor. Aries energy, major arcana 4 Aries, so this could be you, Aries, but again, it can be someone else. So there's a strong, powerful person in a position of leadership, perhaps, or at least they feel... It's not an ego thing. It's not like they're feeling themselves and they're kind of like, up their own ass or something like that. It's not like that, but they know themselves. They're very well-defined. They understand themselves. They're confident, right? Personal strength, personal power, okay? But I feel that side of them is sort of, I don't want to say fake. It's not fake. It's just there's more to this person than that. But this is what they put out there first. This is what people like. I mean, clearly this is a statue of Abraham Lincoln, right? And a lot of people think of Lincoln as one of the great American presidents. He's just so noteworthy of so many things. But I think, and don't quote me because I'm not a historian, but I'm sure maybe one or two of you are, and you could correct me if I was wrong. But I think Lincoln in his time, not just because he was, controversial and led us through the Civil War or anything like that. But I feel like even before he was president, people thought less of him. They did not think he was that great. They thought he was stupid, or they thought he was inept. I think some people thought he looked weird. I think a lot of people, I think I heard somewhere in like a documentary that he had a slightly higher pitched voice. So I think maybe people questioned his masculinity or his virility as a man and all that kind of stuff. And so he just in his time wasn't well received. However, history has, been very kind to him, and he's, a legend, right? A very, very pivotal historical figure. But, so that's, what am I saying? So there's a public, generally well-perceived image of Abraham Lincoln, right? So we could be talking about somebody who publicly is well-received, but at home, in their hometown, in the home where they live with their family or their friends or whoever, they might be kind of disliked. They might be misunderstood. That's more the thing. Misunderstood. Discounted because the folks back home just don't get this person. So I think that's that's the important tie-in with Abe Lincoln. He went on to become a great person. Again, one of the most pivotal people in American history, possibly the world, but more specifically to American history, right? But again, in his time, he was seen to be a fool. He was seen to be arrogant, or if you really look at the history of it, people thought he was destroying the country. Some people today think that he destroyed the country, but whatever. Not here to politicize, but that's what this is. So when you go to work, Aries, if this is you, you're well respected. When you walk outside your door, well respected. People in your neighborhood think you're great. Or maybe not the neighborhood, but okay, let's say it this way. Well, I'm not feeling like this star quality, so let's say a local star, like where I'm from, like some local stars, and I think it would be the same in many places. Like local stars could be like your news anchors, like your local news people, right? A lot of people look up to those people. Hey, it's Johnny Storm, the meteorologist or whatever, right? And publicly, Johnny Storm is liked because he's on TV every day, and he's trusted because he's on TV every day, and he has certain personal power because he's negotiated a contract and he's been doing the weather in your town for the past 35 years, right? He's got job security. He's set up like a stone statue, set up, right? But I get the sense that deep within Johnny Storm, or whoever this person is, right, there's something that questions how real or useful, beneficial all of that is. Like, I'm sensing someone's identity or their prowess, their expertise, their abilities are being questioned by other people. And those other people are actually close to home and not the general public, so to speak. So, Johnny Storm has a successful business, successful career, telling us the weather every morning, and he's catching up with us at 15 past the hour, or whatever the hell he does, right? But when he goes home, his family, his kids disrespect him. Oh, you're just a weatherman. No, you don't really tell the weather, Dad. You got a computer tells you what the weather is. You just read it. You know what I mean? Like, basically, like, from what I know, to be a meteorologist, you gotta go to college. You have to be educated in the science of weather systems and all that kind of stuff. You have to have a lot of knowledge. You just don't get plucked up off the street and told, point here, say it's gonna rain Thursday, and then wave at the camera. No, you have to, like, study. You have to earn that position. But this person is, like, seen as like like a chump, and they're not. It's very interesting, because I don't know where this is coming from. Frenemies, maybe? Okay. Frenemies? Yes. Thank you. Seven of Water, aka Seven of Cups. As we see the word illusion there. So there could be in your midst, Aries, someone that you trust, someone that you've befriended or they've befriended you, and they're not really your friend. They're not really someone that you should trust. Or this is what people are saying about you, trying to defame you in some type of way, trying to destroy your character in some type of way. You can't trust the Emperor, you can't trust Aries, you can't trust Johnny Storm, whoever, you know? There's somebody here who's painting a picture that isn't true. And there's a haziness between, and there's some uncertainty, some haziness between what is real, what is unreal, what is factual, what is fiction, you know? What can be trusted or who can be trusted and who is a complete fraud or, like I said, a frenemy. I would say this feels like new energy, meaning this would be someone that you've recently met. This would be someone that you've known no longer than a year or two, I'd say. Friend, new family member through marriage or something like that, or a family member that you're finally getting close to that, you know, now that you're all adults, maybe now you're getting close with your cousins or something like that, whatever. Or, you know, even like dating partners for a few of you. It's really mostly not a romantic thing that I'm feeling. So friends and family primarily. Coworkers might be in there too. So I don't want to say watch your back because I don't sense this stirring or this defaming, this trying to destroy your character is, even though it is bad and it does show ill intent, I don't know that anybody wants to take it any further other than to knock you off your pedestal, right? Like, because, again, going back to this is a monument, a statue, a monument to someone that history mostly agrees was a great person. Like 95% of history books are probably going to say wonderful things about Abe Lincoln. This person or someone around you is in that 5 to 10% that it is suspicious of the greatness of Abe Lincoln, wants to basically poke holes in his image in ways in which we prop him up and honor him or celebrate him or are thankful to him for all the things that he did in his time, right? So equate that to your own life. In your family, friend circle, 90 to 95% of the people, they adore you. They might put you on a pedestal, a few of them, right? And this is the person who will tell your secrets if you've told them a secret. And then say, oh, I didn't say anything. And they'll tell your secrets. They'll give you bad advice, or at least if you come to them and you're optimistic about something, they bring you pessimism, or they bring you, caution. Like, hey, Aries, hold on. Do you really think that's a good idea? Like, this person doesn't want to see you continue to rise, to stay in that position of respect, to stay in that position of personal power. And I wouldn't take it that far. I don't think they're trying to disempower you. I don't think that they know they couldn't, okay? If you're confident, if you're proud of yourself, if you have all these accolades and accomplishments under your belt, they can't take it from you. If you won an award, they can't take it from you. I mean, they might try, but so I don't think it's that deep of a trying to dethrone you, so to speak, but basically trying to make you look like a fool. Like you don't know as much as you know. You're not as cool as you think you are. Take you down a peg or two is what this feels like. A frenemy. And 7 of Water, they might be, maybe I said it before that they weren't, but maybe, I can't remember if I said it or I didn't say it, but it does feel a little envious, a little jealous, a little green-eyed monster, right? can't really get over your success, so they want you to be on their level. Like, again, if history looked favorably at Abe Lincoln, 90% of people agree he was cool, and your friend, some other president, let's say Washington, even though they're probably both the greatest, or deemed the greatest in history, or some of the greatest, right? But let's say, just because those are the two I can pick names of, I can, like, okay, fine, let's say Hamilton, he's a little more controversial from what I understand, right? So Hamilton probably doesn't get 90%, or Jefferson. That's a better one. Jefferson. Look at me, finally getting one. Jefferson. He's problematic, okay? He's a president. He did many great things, but he did not so great things as well. And history probably looks at Jefferson with like an 80% positive review. Jefferson wants Abe at the 80. You're not that great. You're not better than me. What makes you so great? This is what someone is thinking about you, Aries, or you're thinking this about someone. If it's a general, it can be reversed, right? So someone is thinking this way, but they're a frenemy to you. You don't know this, telling you, and I don't know that I have to warn you to like watch your back or anything like that. Just like, just put out some feelers. Turn on your little intuition radar a little bit and suss this person out if you can. It might prove to be difficult because of the moon. Major Arcana for Pisces could be dealing with a Pisces, or some of you might be on the Pisces-Aries cusp. That could be sort of where this energy is coming from. But the moon harbors so many secrets, so many unknowns, deeds done in the dark, Not to say it's like a nefarious energy. On its own, the moon is not that. But in this reading, there's a lot that happens when you're away. When you're asleep, this person's up plotting. Or when you're asleep, this person is up thinking of ways of how to knock you down a peg or two, take some shine off of your glory. You know what I mean? The moon also, again, secrecies. I'm usually cautious to say that the moon embodies lies. But it must, because of everything that I said here. So this person lies. They tell mistruths about you or themselves. Could be that. Okay. Finally, I'm getting like a modern storyline, because I know many of you are like, I'm not Abe Lincoln. Please stop talking about him. And that's fine. I'm sorry. But what I'm getting is maybe you and someone like get a job at the same time, or you're working in the same field, or you're friendly competitors or something like that, and you keep making accolade, or you keep gaining accolades after accolades. You're climbing this ladder. You're being promoted. People know your name in the industry. You're making moves, Aries. You're making moves. This person, not making as many moves, and wants a piece of your shine, but doesn't know how to do it on their own. They have hidden feelings of jealousy and envy. They have hidden feelings of insecurity. Like you might be in a very competitive field where, it's dog eat dog, sharks in the water, just like you either make your way here and you succeed, or you fall by the wayside. And this person is like pulling at threads, pulling at, unsavory business deals, trying to stay in the game. They haven't hit their stride. They don't know how to make a big success of things. They can only make a moderate success of things. And they're insecure about that. And then their insecurity morphs into a jealousy, in some cases a deep dislike of you. But because you're in the industry, because people know you, they got to be nice to you. They can't criticize you publicly. They can't criticize you even, everything that they're doing is sort of subterranean. It can't be readily exposed because it would hurt their goals. And so this person, again, you could work with them, you could live with this person. I mean, it's strange, but some people in marriages or couples compete with one another, but you might not know that. You might be competing with your spouse and you don't even know it. Okay? Because again, these are very secretive cards. 7 of Water and the Moon. So you might make a certain dollar figure in your salary. Maybe this year you've gotten a bonus. And 2020 has been pretty shitty to most of us. So you're coming home telling your husband or your wife, hey baby, guess what? What? I got a raise. And they're like, oh, that's so great. Yeah. Oh my God, you deserve it. You work so hard. Yes, da 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 da. Inside, boiling. Inside, fuming. Why? What makes her so great? What makes him so great? I work just as hard. Maybe you guys work in similar industries. Or the same industry, but for competing companies. Or, well, that would be a conflict of interest if you, well, people do it all the time, so never mind. But whatever your situation is. But on the inside, someone is like not able to truly appreciate and congratulate you. Because they are jealous. And they hide that from you. And it makes it weird. Well, it doesn't make it weird, but it's extra weird because I think that word frenemy is appropriate because, you know, it's derivative of the word friend and enemy. Part of them really is a friend of you, a friend of yours. They really like other aspects of you or enjoy you other times, but when you're winning and being celebrated, they're kind of like, oh, Jesus, here we go again. And they're just like, stop going on about this person. They're not that great because they're jealous. So, what else is going on for Aries? Whoa. We're not taking any of that. Look at all that. No way. No way. More information regarding the situation for Aries, please. Oh, God, this card has been coming out a lot, too. The Magus, or Magus, however you say that word. I never remember. Magician, a.k.a. Further information about this situation. And the Hierophant. Wow, okay. A lot of major arcanas, too. 4 out of 5. That's also been kind of a theme. Interesting. So the Magus, whatever. The Magician. Secondary major for Virgo and Gemini. Could be dealing with one of those signs or not at all. And the Hierophant, major arcana for Taurus. Could be dealing with one of them or not at all. I feel, this person feels like... strangely, some of them might think like you're blessed, Hierophant, even though that's not usually what the Hierophant is about. That you're blessed. You have some kind of insider track to things. You are insanely lucky. You have so much going for you, and they just think, man, God was like smiling on you. God, you know, put you on a certain, they just feel like you can't be touched, even though they're trying to touch you and, like, you know, take you down a peg or two, right? And I feel they're kind of in this magician energy, which is good. Magician on it by itself is not bad. However, based on everything that we discussed before, they're not able to manifest the way that you manifest. This person, they have like, look at his posture, or look at his gesture, I should say. Look at his gesture. Like, oh, come on. Come on. You know. Like, really? What else do I have to do? What am I not doing right? It's like a dismayed energy, which is low vibe. That's low vibe magician energy. It's not realizing that your set of skills and your resources will be different than every other person. Another reference. And I'm not sure that Aries would appreciate all these references, but, you know, this is how I do readings, so, you know, sue me. But it's sort of like in Harry Potter, where each wizard and witch has a wand, and you gotta go to Ollivander, I think that's his name, the guy with the wand shop, and your wand chooses you, meaning the wand itself, based on its construction, you know, I think you can have like dragon scales or, you know, certain bird feathers or whatever within the wand, right? And the wand recognizes the witch or the wizard that is meant for it. Meaning, there is an innate power that each of these little wizards going off to Hogwarts has that the wand is ready to meet. Meaning, the resource is there. Tons of wands, hundreds, if not thousands of wands in that little shop, right? but only one wand is meant for one individual. That's, and of course the parallel here is the magician, or being the parallel here with the magician is that, what is that world based on? Magic. It's a fantasy story. It's magical, right? So this person doesn't understand how to utilize their own magic because they haven't aligned with or found their wand. You're over there, Expelliarmus, or whatever the fuck they say in that shit. And I shouldn't say that. I kind of like the Harry Potter series. So you've got your wand, you're making magic, choom, 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 doing whatever you're doing in your life. And this person either has no wand, or they're looking at their wand going, how come you don't do that? How come we can't do all that magic stuff that Aries can do? They haven't truly aligned with their own power. So they're in a low vibe of the magician energy. The magician, when in high vibe, when utilized correctly, is very powerful, is an incredible manifester. This person might be sort of also going with the illustration. This could be a salesperson, someone working in real estate or something like that. And they could be very talented at it, but they haven't found the way in which they're talented at it. Does that make sense? You're possibly, again, working in the same industry or some similar field or just doing something completely different, but you're good at what you do. And they don't understand. I'm talented. Aries is talented. How come I don't have the same amount of success? They don't understand. They think you're blessed. They think you have some kind of inside track with the powers that be. And maybe you do. Maybe some of you would say, Jay, my personal power is God. I pray every day. Cool. Maybe some of you meditate every day. Maybe you could share in this magician energy. I'm a manifester. I do vision boards. I journal. I have my little rituals. I burn all my candles. I go with the moon cycles and I do all the things that I'm supposed to do. And that's how I get my raises. That's how I get my bonuses. That's how I do everything. Whatever. They don't know you do that, or they don't know how to do that themselves. And some of you could be the Hierophant yourself. Because this is another leader. Emperor is a leader. Hierophant is also a leader. Magician, not a leader. So you could be this person's boss. You could be starting your own business, and this person wants to get out of the rat race, and they're jealous. They don't know how to do what you're doing. They don't know how to run a successful business. You both could be business owners. You're turning profits in this year, and this person is losing money. How? I want to do what they did. Look, I don't know what you're supposed to do with this person because, again, they're a frenemy to you, and so I think that might indicate you guys have a complex or complicated relationship. But this is, listen, this isn't the worst that it could be, because I just did Scorpio, and they had a, whew, that was terrible. This, I think, is workable because, number one, this is one person out of a group of people. This is not all of your friends. This isn't even half of your friends. This is probably one specific person who just isn't really your friend. They really don't want... They want what you have. Maybe that's the extent of it. Maybe they don't want to see you go from being 90% on Rotten Tomatoes to 20% or 10%, maybe they want you to have your success, but they want to be just as successful. You know what I mean? Or again, if they don't take you all the way down to the dumps, to the dirt, they'd want you to come down a peg or two. So it's kind of weird. This person, maybe they're going through a phase. Moon phases. So this person could just be in a funk. Like I told you, 2020 could have been really crappy for them, but really prosperous for you. And they're over there scratching their head like, how does Aries do it? So let's see. Let's see some advice here for Aries regarding the situation. What is the advice for Aries regarding the situation, please? Of course, you're going to go flying to the floor. That's exactly what you were going to do. I've been saying it for a long time. And it's going to happen soon, friends. All right. Going to get finishing that thought. What I mean is I'm going to get a whole new setup someday. But the advice is 4 of water, 4 of cups. comfort. I would say don't exert yourself, Aries. You really don't have to do much. Like, I get the sense here, be around your trusted, your tried and true. Again, put your radar out there, put your feelers out there. Don't, get around the same person who's trying to take you down a little bit. Once you kind of think you know who that person is, kind of, put them to the wayside and go hang out with your other friends, be around people who nurture you and support you. I get the sense that, I mean, Aries, I don't get the sense that, you're deeply in some emotional distress. I think you're handling this pretty well. Kind of like a stone cold statue, like our dear friend Abe there. So I don't really think you're off your square that much. But if you are, give into some creature comforts. Don't overexert yourself. If people are expecting 100% out of you and, you're usually, a top performer, MVP and all that good stuff, but you need a day or a week off, take a day or a week off. Don't give into the pressure to perform is what this feels like. If you find out who this is and it really upsets you, you're really disappointed that this person could have betrayed you or have not had your best intentions in their heart or in their actions, that could really upset you. I allow it. Aries is not, made of stone. Aries actually has a thriving, beating heart, okay? So if you need time to recuperate and take time for yourself to really, make sense of what's happening here, feel free to do that. Don't pressurize yourself or don't let other people pressure you into anything you don't want to do, especially when you're not, at 100%. Okay? Aries, that is your reading for mid-October. If you liked it, there is a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. I would love to read it. Feel free to share the video and subscribe to the channel, friends. If you haven't subscribed, that'd be really cool. That'd be the coolest thing of all, yeah? Aries, if you want to get at me for a personal reading, you can find that information down in the description box below. If you're interested in a personal, that information is also... Wait, what? Did I just say that? Yes. I'm about to say the same thing twice. My bad. Yes, personal readings down in the description box below. But I will be back soon. That is what I meant to say. I'll be back soon to do your November readings. Until then, friends, thank you so much for watching. Take care.